So congratulations, Coach. Your initial thoughts on the game?
I think that Stockton is a very good team. I know Stockton is a very good team. I think they're having a tough run, but how they came out and managed us at the very beginning was difficult for us to see. I think I really liked our possession and trying to figure it out, but it was still difficult because they're such good defenders, right? And they're a well-organized group and they're well-coached. And we know that. We've seen that through like all of the games that we've played. We are just in a position where we have such great depth that is so helpful as teams. Some teams might not. Yeah. And I think we saw how much depth we have and that they struggled a little bit at the end, but I liked our fight. I like our willingness to go to goal. I like that there are multiple goal scorers, and our defense did a really good job of not letting up the same goals or the same situations as the last games. Yeah. So that's been something that we've really been working on.
So in the first half, it was, because you got the goal and then they got it right back. They got a goal, and they got it right back. Like, I mean, how tough was that to go into the half with where you had scored two, got two opportunities, but you just given them right back?
I mean, I think there's self-pressure, right? Like, that's the hardest thing that you have to deal with is the self-pressure. But there still is a belief that we are the best. And so that, I think, carries us through, and knowing, again, it goes to the depth of the team and who we have and the belief in everybody could do it. Those were some major mistakes, but it wasn't just one individual, right? So, that was our really quick conversation at half. We just had to make sure that we organized a tad bit better and we paid attention to those moments, and I think we were fine in the second half.
And what about in the beginning of the third? So you brought in, you brought in Miranda right in the beginning of the second half, and you got that goal right away. Like, how important was that for you guys to just get that goal right at the beginning of the second half?
I mean, I think when you're even and coming out of the gates as hard as we did, it's so important because if it keeps lingering, you keep giving the opponent time, right, to build momentum, or in case of emergency, then you're down a goal. So we didn't want to be in that position, right? So getting it so early, I think, gave them a few minutes to breathe, but then Stockton started to come right back at us again. Yeah. So it was something, getting the fourth goal was the breather, right? Not the third goal. The third goal was, we've seen Stockton do this before. The fourth goal gave us room.
But even then, when you had that third goal, you were able to kind of absorb the pressure pretty well in the second half. Would you just attribute that to just what do you attribute that to?
I think they did it so well in the first half for the most part that it was something that David really worked on at training the past 2 days, in managing how we defend in the box and what that looks like. So they absorbed it really well, and then they got really good at reading the cues and managing space around them that allowed us to transition out. So they just got better from a mental standpoint, and understanding what was going on than anything else.
And so, now you got this win. It was an important win to get. You're keeping up with the top three that's kind of separating itself in the league right now. Now you got the big game coming up on Sunday. How are you feeling about it?
I'm excited about it. I know they play against each other tomorrow, right? So that is a little bit helpful that we have potentially 24 hours of recovery. But it all goes back to who both teams have as far as depth, and then we play each other again. Right? So Sunday, Thursday, it could be completely two different teams wearing the same uniform, right? I think that's what we're looking at. I'm excited for it. I think that we have some really great teams in the league. They're a storied program, right? So I'm excited for it, but I also know that we need to give some of our players rest because we've been pushing some. And like I said to him, it's a midweek game, and it stinks because most of our players have lives, right? So they do a 9 to 5, and then one was late because she had a work meeting. The other one took a meeting at a coffee house not too far from here because it finished at 4:30, right? So they're not in this space. They're not college athletes and they're not pros. They are making a living and getting here, and we're asking them to do that, right? A Sunday, I hope, will give us a little bit of a breather in the fact that they have the weekend, and hopefully they don't have to worry about work too much.
And one other question is first game you get a sellout, but like today it's like another sellout. Like, I mean, on a Thursday night, like
was it a sellout?
Well, that's what they announced.
Amazing.
So,
I can't hear anything.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, so how does that feel to get this kind of support coming out, even like like a midweek game?
I mean, it's amazing. I mean, when we look at the players and all of them like signing autographs, like I think a part of it is the youth and the community inspiring that group. What I really love are like the adults in the stands, right? Like, so that is really important, and we know we're here to entertain, and we know we're part of like the community, and that's a big part of what we do and why we do it. So to have like those mixed groups and to feel the support, like the Hooligans gave me a scarf the other day.
Cool.
So like it's tied to my backpack.
Oh, nice.
Right? I can't necessarily wear it all the time, but I will take everything and anything. But like to have that support for people to have jobs and be able to get here at 6:30 when we kick off and we hear them and we know is truly amazing because we can't get information across, right? And we know in talking to other teams when they play against us, like even our first game at Stockton and we have the fans there, like that is a major difference. And so I think it also creates a better atmosphere for the opponent because they will step up and play. Right? It's not just a boring set of like summer league games.
I agree.
Right?
I totally agree.
It is people or teams are excited to play us, and like that creates a really great atmosphere. So I think it's kudos to not just like the staff of Oakland Roots and Soul, but like everybody who's invested in like creating this and getting up for the game to have a good product.
Cool. Talk about the Bay FC announcement and your league moving up to professional status next year. How does the horizon look with you?
That's a great question. I have no idea, right? Except for like, it's really exciting for women's soccer. Like, we only have 12 professional women's teams in this country. Right? The men's side has 100. And that's just from like actually having league status where we know that there are other club systems or like men's teams that pay under the table. That does not exist on the women's side. So I think especially with California and having the amount of talent that comes out of it, I see it as a great thing. I don't see it as competition by any means. It's exciting. Seeing the investors, right, and the group that's behind it is exciting. It drums up like fun and interest, and like I don't know what it looks like as a horizon, but as a fan or a women's soccer advocate, that's huge, right? Because I think the market can pull it off in both aspects.
I agree. I'm good. So thanks.
Cool. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate
so much.
it. Thank you.
Such warm